Okay, so we can go through few of the interview questions. Okay, these are in syllabus, or you can also find in Google Drive. Okay, you can go through it and see if you are able to, you know, answer that. And the thing is, most important thing is, right? So there's a lot of people come back to me again. Okay, so here's the thing. So a few of them, you guys will be come back to me for an interview. So okay, so before coming back to me, I want you guys to have an pretty understanding on how you actually give an interview. Okay, so here's the thing. Giving an interview is a one thing, and working there is another. Okay, so I see a lot of people, they come up with mock interview with 3 times, 4 times. I don't know what's happening. It's not should be, it's not the way it should be, right? First thing you have to see, whenever whenever I take an interview, I see this four most important things. Okay, first thing is, what I look is your presentation, how you are presenting yourself. Okay, that's very important. If you are not able to present yourself, there's no point. Okay, technical is least of my worries. Okay, I know I'll be, that's important, of course, that is the most important, but I'm looking this least of things. First thing I'm looking is presentation. How are you presenting yourself? Okay, it's no point if you are like, if you're breaking up or you're having hard time to explain some of the concepts, it's no point. You have to work on your presentation. You're not good at presentation, there's no point moving forward. Okay, you have to work on this. And the second thing is, what I look is the flow. Okay, how are you representing yourself, right? So that's the first thing, representing the flow. You should not break up whenever you're saying it. See, so many people, right, when I ask a question, they say, they Google it online, they look into laptop and say, yeah, no, yeah, QC, use plant. So that's what I'm not looking for, right? You cannot, you have to maintain the flow. Whenever you're saying something, you have to, keep saying it. If you're breaking up, no, you're not doing it good. So you have to remember that thing. That's the second thing. Third thing, what I see is, your confidence. So let's say I've asked you some question before and you said something, and the next moment I asked some question, you contradicted your own statement, what you said before. Okay, that's a confidence. That means you're not confident. Okay, that is the third thing what I'm looking for. Okay, and the next is, you cannot answer questions in stress. Okay, so a lot of people, I'm like, why am I taking this interview? There's no point. If you're answering in such a way that you're in stress, obviously that's not going good. Okay, you have to give an interview calm. You have to be relaxed, right? You have to use, like, you're talking to your friend, right? How you're, talking to your friend. So you have to give in that way. Okay, these are the four most important. Then technical comes into the picture. Okay, and thing is how you make it up, right? So there are questions there where you may not able to answer it, right? Of course, not everyone is perfect, right? There will be questions how you make it up, right? You are like, you can say, yeah, I know what, I worked this thing with my developer. I used to work with him, and unfortunately, I didn't get access for this. I was not able to, we didn't get a chance on this too. But what, I'll able to do it because I work with a developer, and that's how you want to, use your skills. Obviously, that doesn't work for one-word answers. Okay, now how do you, what is the command to get a, lines in a Unix? Like, let's say, what is the command to get, files in a Unix? Now you cannot say the stories, right? You have to give in one-word answers. So obviously, those things don't work on this. So the point is, you have to maintain flow. You have to work on these things before coming to the technical skills. technical is what I'm looking is the least, right? I'm not, worried much on technical, but what I'm looking for flow. Once you are good in the flow, once you are good in presentation, confidence, then you have to work on technical. Okay, you cannot answer the question just looking in the laptop and looking somewhere and I saying no, I don't know this. I'm looking to this. Some people really, I'm like really. There's no point of taking an interview if that is the case. Okay, so make sure you guys, if you are coming back to me or someone, your manager or your respective manager is giving back to me that okay, schedule an interview. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay, first thing is representation. If you are not good with representation, you have to start working from right now, from today itself, because you know I don't want like people like there are people like I took 3 times, 3 times again they came back to me, again come back. So that's not really good. It's not like I don't want to it. It's like you have to work on it. If you cannot work on it, that's no point, right? So that's the thing. So first thing is the presentation. Second thing, what I'm looking is for flow, how you are answering it. You should not break up in between. Okay, nobody likes breaking up, right? And third thing is confidence. What's the level of confidence when you're giving an interview? Okay, that's the thing. And the fourth thing is you have to be relaxed. You have to be very relaxed. So many people like they are just I can hear the breathing, the way they answer it. That's no point, right? So I don't want such kind of people, right? Who are actually not having stress when giving an answer. It's not good. Okay, so that's the thing I'm looking for. Okay, and the last thing is technical, of course. What is there, and that is what I'll be looking. But this is the main important things. Nobody is going to hire you if you are not representing yourself well. Okay, you have to remember that. Okay, technical is put aside all these things. If your representation is not good, you think you can see somewhere, look somewhere, and answer those questions, they will figure it out. Okay, that's really not a good idea. So these are things you have to remember. Any questions in this? So if you're coming back to me, because from 2 batches, the people are I want to tell this in this class because the reason, right, people come back to me and they're having like 3 to 4 sessions with me and I have to explain them. So why not work from right now? So that's the point, right? If you're working on this, so if you don't want to spend more time on this, rather you can spend on technicals, learning something better. Okay, this should be it should be base. It should be your base. You cannot avoid this. Okay, any questions in this? This is how you have to give an interview, right? When giving an interview, this is what anyone would be looking at. Right? It's not just me or anyone else. It's anyone who is looking is you're representing. How are you representing yourself? How is the flow? The way you say the answer. That's the important thing. And confidence. What is the confidence when you're representing it? Okay, and of course, obviously, you cannot be stressed when answering a question. And one-word answers. Let's say if I explain, let's say let's take an example. If I ask you some question, okay. Okay, what do you think? What is your opinion on bug life cycle? Yeah, bug life cycle is once you put it in new, it turns to open status. Yeah, that's bug life. Now, obviously, I'm not looking such kind of answers when you're, this is something you have to work on it. You have to be in detail, keeping, you have to be very in detail, okay, and keeping it high level. You don't want to go into details. Not if you're going very specific to that. You don't want to go specific to anything. You have to be in general, and at the same time, you have to be in detail. That means if you're giving some hint that you don't know something, or you're going into very specific, because if you're going very specific, they will ask questions on that. Going on specific is not a very good idea always. You have to keep it in general, high level, okay? And giving one-word answers for such kind of questions doesn't help. So a lot of people just give one word answers. Okay? Explain bug life and say explain bug life cycle. They say, yeah, it changes from new to open, and so that's the bug life cycle. Okay, so that you didn't that shows how you know what is the level of understanding when you're telling an answer. So it's not good. You have to be in detail. Okay, in detail. At the same time, you have to you should not go into specifics. Okay, maintain the you have to maintain the flow and in general. Okay, that's the thing what I wanted to explain. Any questions so far? So this was for people who will come back, people who will be coming back, right? Few of these classes are from somewhere else. Okay, so just wanted to give some information how you have to be in an interview. Okay, a lot of people, maybe your HR manager or your manager or your respective manager will be giving or you will be approaching me either way. So in that case, just wanted to give some information. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, you have to remember this again. I'm stressing this again because you have to explain more than once to get you into, because getting 3 to 4 times is that means if you're coming back to an interview for 3 times, 2 times is not good. Okay, that means you're not concentrating on what I'm trying to tell. Okay, so you have to focus on it so that you can do it in once. Okay, you have to do it once. You have to always strive for better, right? It's okay. You can come twice, thrice. That's not an issue. The issue is how are you going to, how are you working on it? Like that's the important thing. You don't want to spend much time in this one. So that's the thing. So what I'm looking is for first thing for presentation, how you present yourself. Second thing is flow, maintain the flow. You cannot, break up in between. So that's not good. That means you're looking somewhere and answering that. Um, you will get caught at that time. Don't think, anyone, the interviewer is a fool to, to understand what you're saying. So you cannot, fool that thing. So it's a, maintain the flow. Third one is confident. How confident are you when you're answering question? Fourth thing is you have to be calm. You have to be very relaxed, and you have to answer questions in like you're talking to a friend, right? How you talk to a friend. That's the momentum you have to be when you're talking when you're giving an interview. Okay. And the fifth one is then it comes to technical. How good are you in technical? Okay. So these are the things you have to work on. 5 things. Okay. Because I see a lot of people who are, even if you don't have one, it's not good. You have to come prepared with the 5. Okay, if you're coming back to me, you have to make sure you have all this. I hope you guys are writing down or at least trying to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, because if you're coming back again, if you're so it takes a lot of time because you have to also practice and you also take time. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so these are the few interview questions. You can go ahead. So this is already there in the syllabus. Or if if somebody, if you don't find syllabus, most of people have access to Google Drive. Let me show you pretty quick. And people who have access to Google Drive, can go here. So once you go here, there's a lot of things here. You can go ahead and read a lot of information related to QA, and also for ETL, and also some of them are also for SQL. You can also refer that. Okay. But at the 26th directory, you see this 26th directory, you have a lot of if you see here, here you have the syllabus. You can go ahead and view the syllabus. Okay, so if you don't have the syllabus, you can go into Google Drive. Okay, so let's go back here. So people who are not able to complete these certifications, let's talk about this. So here, so you want to complete this certification, right? I mean, this is free. Okay, you don't have to pay anything. Okay, yeah, of course you don't need to pay your internet bill, except that you can sit at home, just sit whenever you're convenient, whenever you're free, or whenever you think you're ready. Okay, you can do at that time. It's it's nothing like you have to do at this time, or it's nothing like that. The reason you have this certification, right? Because you get a lot of resumes. The client gets a lot of resumes, and you have to stand out, right? If you want to tell that you are the best person for that job, right? So they will be looking a lot of things, not just one or two. Okay, I know this, it's good. That doesn't help. They will be looking a lot of things. So what you want to do is, if you have some certification kind of, yeah, that's fine. If you're good with, some people are, want to approach ISQB, and that's fine. That's okay. But people at this time, you don't want that thing, because it takes money, it takes time, it takes a lot of preparation, a lot of work. But at this time you can work on this because it's free, and you don't have to pay money. You just have internet, sit somewhere wherever you want, and practice this. And once you get experience, let's say 2 to 3 years, and or less than that, you might be pretty good on this. And okay, and once you get that, you can approach for higher certification, ISQB. There are levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, and expert level. Okay, so you can work on this. But for now, I would recommend to get this the free thing. Okay, so let's say let's see, this is MBA. So MBA is from Microsoft. Okay, you can try this. It's a Microsoft Virtual Academy. Okay, and let's say here, so you have to sign in actually, and thing is, see here, and you have to have this Microsoft email ID. Okay, okay, so either you can create, it's a free email ID, is free. It's either live.com or outlook.com. Okay, and once you've done that, once you've created it, you can go through this fundamentals. Okay, just try this. This is software testing fundamentals. Software testing. Okay, and I would see this ratings, how good these ratings are. Okay, go through these videos, and you have this assessment. Once if you want to view all these videos and try to answer these questions, you have to answer at least 4 out of 5. Okay, so there are like some modules, 6 modules, and every 6 modules have with assessment. And once you complete this assessment, you get a certificate here. Okay, so go to the dashboard. To get that certificate, go to the dashboard and go to my accomplishments, and you'll see this mark, certificate. Click on that, and that certificate, you can download it. Okay, so this is how you can get a free certificate, just by sitting home, or just spend some time. Okay, for some people it took so much time. Some people said like it took one day or 2 days. Yeah, that's fine. I can understand. It's a first attempt. It will take some time. Okay, but it's actually 6 hours. It's less than 6 hours or 4 to 6 hours. But yeah, it might take some time. People one day. Some people said it took one day. That's fine. Um, okay. Yeah, it's not necessary. Yeah, somebody asked that should we complete in one sitting. It's not required. You can save it your work. It's once you have this login, that automatically saves your work, so you don't have to do it at one shot. It's not required. You can go one after the other, one by one. Okay. You have, let's say, you're 1 hour. You spend 1 hour, and tomorrow you want to spend 1 hour. That's fine. That's okay. It's not necessary. You have to go in one shot. You know? The progress gets saved, so you have no issues with that. Okay, so and also you get this transcript too. That's good. You guys provide transcript. This is helpful. This is helpful if you are going to some school and you said you have completed this, and they might waive off some few credits for you. Okay, so this might be helpful in that. Okay, so, okay, so these are the transcripts. You can also. Okay, so this is one way of getting this. Okay, so okay, is it better now? Okay, yeah. So that's how you don't have to complete in one setting. You can spend some time. Let's say you spend 1 hour. Let's say you spend tomorrow 1 hour and so on. Okay, you can do that. So you don't have to complete all things at once. Okay, so that's the thing. Any questions so far in this? So, I mean, the only thing is here, the problem is you have a lot of things here in Microsoft, but they only support their own tools. Let's say you want to complete Informatica. That's not possible because here, MBA, there's an ETL tool, right? ETL, so they use SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services. They don't use, Informatica because Informatica is a different company, right? So you can get only, let's say, so whatever you are using, it has to be only Microsoft. Okay, let's see here. Okay, you got plenty of things here. It is SSIS administrator, it is SSIS testers, administrator developer, a lot of things. So let's see here which suits for our. So, see, so that's how it is. Okay. Okay, here you go. The Jumpstart, you want to go to Jumpstart and get a certificate for that. And that should be good. You are going into more data analyst part, then you can also go for data analysis. So it's like kind of you know um, so whatever you're trying to do is you will be only having the Microsoft tools. Okay, you don't have the same third party. If you want some the data stage, let's say you want data stage, or you want from Abnisio, or you want from Informatica, that will not be here. But if you know one thing, you can correlate with the other tool. Okay, it will be similar, not same, but similar functionalities will be similar. So know one thing good, the rest all you can manage based on what you know. Okay, so that's how it's. Now then um, one more tool here. So not tool. This is Solo Learn. Okay, I mean. You also have to, if you want to work on this, you have to also create an ID, okay? And but the only thing, the problem with this is this contains only limited. Um, these guys have limited softwares, okay? Limited certifications. only few of them. See the SQL fundamentals, CSS fundamentals, only these are there. Okay, so here, if you're looking, you can try for SQL fundamentals. You can go ahead with, start with SQL fundamentals, or anything which looks, which you're interested. If you're coding, if you want certificate on that, you can go ahead and get that one. So once you get it, this is how it looks like. See here. So SQL fundamentals. So this is how it looks like. Okay, you can get a certificate, and it's good for putting in your resume saying that, yeah, I completed this course, or if you want to be yeah, why not, putting in this course so that some information, right? About how to because if you complete this all this course, they'll to show you how to use a select query, how to use um, clauses, where to use filters and all those things. You'll get some idea. So that's how you get. So that means okay, you have some idea and you're good to go. Okay, so that's the important of this certificate. Okay. And so that is one thing, and there's one more actually. There is a sailor. Okay, this sailor, this is so these are all free. Okay, you're not paying anything. This is all free. There's a sailor, but this is for advanced people. Okay, because the reason, right, if you're, let's say you failed in first attempt. If you have failed in first attempt, you have to wait for 7 days to get this again. So, okay. So thing is, this is for expert people, like what you're doing. Okay. Once you have completed, yeah, I want to get this certificate here or this, see how it is. So this, I know this covers pretty broad range of um, various. It also covers from data architect to everything. See here. You have this introduction, then SDLC process. Okay, software modeling, that's the job of business analyst. Okay, requirement gathering, business analyst. Okay, requirement analysis is architect, and design is developer, and implementation again the developer. Testing, this is what testers come, and project manager is project manager, and case study, want to see what is happening. So this covers a pretty broad range of the software. Okay, so if you are trying to do this, this is pretty for expert level, and the problem is, if you are not able to complete at first attempt, you have to wait for 7 days, or they have some time. Okay, so that's the thing. But rest, both of them, MBA or sailor, it's not like that. If you are not able to complete it, the next moment you can complete it. So there is nothing like time limit. Okay, this has time limit. Okay, and once you complete it, and let's see here. So this is how you get in. Okay, you get the certificate here, and actually, this. So let's see here. They have that. If you can verify too, if you can, they have that code here. If you want to verify this code, you got certificate ID. You can verify online. This is its valid certificate or not. Okay, so that's how. Oh, here you go. Here you see this verification code you have, and do try to tell you to visit here to identify the authenticity of the certificate. So that should be good. Okay, so but this is for expert level. if you are really good at it and you know what you're doing and you want to really get a good challenge on it, so you can proceed. And this is again free. It's a good challenge. Whenever if you are trying to approach for higher level certification like ISQB and or others, you have to you can complete this. And this takes a lot of time to see here. This is for 13 hours, 9 hours, and this one. You have to complete all this, okay? 7 hours, 14 hours. Okay, so once you complete all this, then you get a certificate for this. Okay, so any questions? So I guess this is good because these guys are actually um, not exactly sure. These guys are actually with MIT and Harvard. They are actually coordinated with those companies, and they are trying to. So whatever, even if you're the exams and whatever it is from MIT and Harvard, these guys go through here and they get endorsed their certificates. Okay, so it's like. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not visited this website completely, but if you find somewhere else, uh, you can see here. But yeah, so these guys works with other education societies, so that so that should be good. Okay, so these three things are important. Any questions? Okay, so let's go here pretty quick here. So this is the TFS. Okay, so I cannot give access to you because this is from Microsoft. TFS is from Microsoft. So far we have been learning a lot of test management tools, right? So this is TFS is from Microsoft, and these guys have some convoluted access. So I cannot give access. If anyone is interested in learning or they want to know about this, I can create a separate whole new domain, not domain, subdomain like this, and whatever you like, and it comes under visualstudio.com. That is owned by Microsoft, and you know yeah. So I can create for you, and you will be super admin of your own. That means you can create your project, delete your project, invite your own team members, and all those things. Okay, so you will be super admin of your own, this projects, and you can create your own projects too. Okay, so I can do that. If anyone is interested, you can email me. Okay, so if not, you can just view this video. That should be enough. Otherwise, if you want some practice, you want to know, create a new subdomain and work on this. Okay, so it's again, this is similar to all of these tools we have seen so far. Okay, the same story, creating test cases, executing the test cases, and reporting the results. Okay, that thing remains same, but UI is different from all other UIs. Okay, see here, this is the dashboard. Okay, again, dashboard is used to see, if you are having some task pending, let's say your boss assigned to you, and you want to see which task is it, and which one you have to work on it. And there can also be some like what's going on with the project, who is working on it, what changes have been changed, all these things you can view in dashboard. Okay, and again, this tool TFS is good for Kanban process. Okay, this is made more giving. Not that you cannot use in any other process. Scrum you can also use in Scrum. You can also use from extreme programming. You can also you can use in any, even waterfall. You want to use it in waterfall, that's fine too. But thing is, it is more it's good. It's more relevant. I mean, it's more relevant to Kanban. Okay, and that is GFS, and Rally is more relevant to Scrum. Okay, and Jira is more related to with small teams. Okay, small teams, Jira will be good. But either way, you can use it. So it's not like hard and fast rule that no, it's too big for that. It's nothing like that. There's no hard and fast rule. It's just good for that particular process. Okay, that's the point. Okay, so once you go here, see here work. So here also you can open right from here. If you want to open some, of course you're not going to open user story unless you're a BA. Test case you can. Oh, okay. You're not able to see test case here. So yeah, you can create test case. You can create task. Okay, task is where you set your time. How much time will you take to complete this user story, or how much time you will be taking to complete this test case, and all those things. You can set the time in the task. Test case is where you are executing your test case. Okay, so that's you have to write your steps. Okay, we have done that. So that's a different section. Okay, and you can also create bug here, right here. You can create from here. So let's click on this. Okay, good. So we'll go to here backlog for first. So here's the thing. Here you can do it here, and this is a user story. Okay, and you have to create whatever you are trying to do. You have to do under the user story. Okay, you cannot create an abundant task, or even if you are creating, you have to make sure you're linking to it. Okay, this linking process is a little convoluted here. Okay, see this iteration path. It's a little bit convoluted, so you don't want to link separately. If you want to create right from here. Okay, click that user story and what you can create. Let's see here user story, and okay, you see here linking process. There's a lot of things are linked here. Okay, so we want to link it if you are creating separately. Okay, otherwise you have to create right from here. Okay, so if you are creating separately, you have to link this one. But always you have to. It's better to create from user story. So that's the thing. Okay. So this is a little bit convoluted, but you can if you keep using it, you try to understand here. So that is the thing, and you can. So you don't have to use. If you are not comfortable with this, that's fine. Use it both. Okay, both is always good. Okay, so you can create here too, right? You see here, new item. So this is the same thing. If you're creating here, that gets updated in backlog too. Okay, so this is the board view. Okay, the board. You see this traditional board. In Scrum, you see the traditional board. Instead of traditional, we are using here in online. So there's a difference. Okay. So once you create, let's say you have created some task, right? Let's say this is a task, and you want to move the task in active. That means you're working on it. If it's active, that means you're working. And once it's now task doesn't get resolved. Okay, that's what Microsoft wants to be, right? Right. So that's why it doesn't go here. This is nothing to do with result. It can be closed, but it's nothing to do with result because it's not a bug, right? That makes sense. So that's the reason you can put from active to close, but not a result. Okay, that's the use of the task. Okay, and once you've done it, now let's say if you are creating test cases, this is test cases. So let's say when if you're creating test cases and you want to move it in active, you know, you cannot put it in wizard, you have to just close it. Okay, so that's the thing. Now let's say if you have opened bug for this. Okay, so you see this. This is all linked to this particular user story. That means I'm working on this user story, and all are related to this. Okay, let's say I've created bug, and I want to move this in active. Now it's not your job to put it in wizard. It's a developer's job. No, you're not saying that bug is wizard because um, you're not a developer, you're a tester. Unless you're a developer, yes, you are good. But again, you're not opening issues because normally developer doesn't open the issues. Okay, but yes, there are few instances, many instances actually where developer also opens bugs. Okay, that is related to higher level, like architect level, or other team members, or a different Java issue or different code issue. So they do on a different level. Now we do in different level. Okay, we are only opening as a functional testing, or not as a coding perspective. Okay, we are not worried about how the code is and what the code is. Okay, we are worried about how the application looks like, how the application behaves. So that's the thing. Okay, and so once a developer marks this as a result, it will be here. So you want to check it's resolved, and you think it's good, retest it and close it. Okay, and this is how various user stories. You're working on many user stories. This is how you can do it. You can create right from here. But to create task, but here you don't have test case. For some reason, the test case will be, I think it's in a different place. So we will see that. But here you will be just moving the, like sticky notes. You just move the sticky notes from one board to other. Here you're moving this. It's online. Okay, you're moving it to online. So that's the board. Let's see here, capacity. Capacity. Oh, this is normally updated by the lead. Okay, not you, but yeah, if you want, if they give you work, then you have to also update it. Okay, how much time does it takes to, you know, how much time you're taking it, how much time they are taking it. You have to update. This is like it's a time. Okay, how much time you're completing it, and how much the team takes it. Okay, so this is should be updated by Scrum Master or lead. Okay, not normally not testers. Okay, that's the thing. And this graphs actually gets updated automatically. See here, which iteration is completed. See here. So okay, so once you specify this, let's say and end date is today, location. Let's see here. Okay, so this graph actually will automatically will update once you update dates. Okay, this will high iteration, low iteration show. Okay, so that's how you can generate reports too. Okay, this the report is a different section, but this is the highlight view of that. Okay, so that's about work. Now let's see here. So we want to see this test cases, right? Now, this test case is pretty odd here. See here. So this is hidden somewhere. Let's see here. Okay, good. So you have to go to test plans and see, where is your test case. Okay. Now, whenever you're creating test case, it has to be again linked with that user story. Okay, which user story it is. Okay. Um, so you can create your own test case. Oh, here you go. Okay, here you can create your own test case, and you have to go to the work and create test case. So here's the thing: you can add new steps here, similar like rally. See this? Okay, you can keep adding. What is the action? What is the expected result? Okay, what is the second step? So you can use that, but make sure you have to link it. Without linking, you cannot do anything. Okay, because you don't know where it has gone. It will just get into archive, and if it is not linked, it doesn't show up in the user story. Okay, you have to be very careful on that. So you can you have to do that, and if there is any development which is related to it, you can link that one. Okay, if it is automated or not automated, you can use this one thing. Okay. Once you've created it, you can run this. Okay, please run it. And you want to take a screenshot here, capture okay. So in that case, you want to use normal option, take a screenshot, use in paint and use it. Okay, that should be good. Or you can create bug here from here. This is similar to HPLM. See this HPLM, it's similar to that. Once you do that, you can okay. Once you have done that, you can pass it. You see this, pass. Okay. Once you pass it and you want to save and close. Okay. Once you save and close, it gets updated here. And you can use this various option here. Want to fail this completely, you can use this, or block. This is block. Use block because you cannot execute your test case for some reason, like no developer is not ready yet. This and the it's deferred into next release, so on. So in that case, you want to use block. But if you are using block again, you have to, you cannot block all by yourself. No, I want to block it. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to coordinate. Again, this is the very important thing. If you are not coordinating it, there's no point, because the next moment your boss will call you and say, "Who told you to do this?" Like you say some no developer told you to do this, that's really not a valid answer. Okay, now you're not taking orders from your developer. Your boss says what you do, then you have to listen to your boss, not to the developer. So that's really not a valid answer. Just because developer said something, you're not doing it. Okay, because you will be in trouble. So you have to coordinate. Thing is, at the end of the day, you have to coordinate with various people. You have to coordinate with the developer, tester. Make sure all are in the same page. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Can you able to hear now? Is it better? Okay. Yeah. Actually, I muted it. So just give me a second. Okay. So the point is, yeah, it gets sometimes got. Yeah, I know. The internet is also good. Not sure. There's some issues. Okay. So yeah, it gets sometimes ups and downs. Let's see here. Okay. So that's the thing which is lying from long time. Okay. So yeah. So let me repeat it once again. So the point is, whenever you are using such kind of things like right in blocking it or saying not applicable, so whenever you are using this you have to coordinate. So that's what I was talking about. Okay, now just because the developer said that block it, no, we are not doing. Now that's really not good idea. So this is the thing, what happens. What, right? So you have created test cases, that's fine. Somehow you skip lead was not there. Let's take an example here. Okay, lead is not there, and now this is the problem. Now the developer will say whatever they want. Okay, they will say whatever they want. So they will say, hey, we are not doing this. This is going to the next release. Okay, and why don't you block it? Okay, now with just in a hurry, well, you just use this block button and block it, and you didn't wrote any notes there. You said no information what is going on, and your boss sees that, okay, and calls you. What's going on with this? Why it is blocked? Now you have no reason to explain, right? No developer said that's why I blocked, right? So that's really not a good reason when explaining it. Okay, your lead was not there, and you just talked to developer, and developer just told you that's really not a very good idea. Okay, so what you want to do at that time, you want to check with the lead. If the lead is in vacation or lead is not available or some reason, you have to CC your boss saying that, you have to CC when you coordinate with the developers, right? When you're coordinating with the developers, most of the time I would recommend to, CC your boss, because our boss should know what's going on, because you know at the end of the day you have to get orders from your boss, not for the developer. So if they are saying something, it might be correct, it might be wrong. I'm not saying it is wrong or something. It's like they have to know it before you do it. That's the point. Okay, because there might be some dependency. Okay, because of that something else might get screwed up. Something else is working on it. A lot of things, you see this, a lot of things are happening. So that's the reason they have to know, your boss have to know before you do or before you commit anything here, like for example blocking, or for example not applicable, okay, or deleting something. You're doing something like that, you have to put CC on your boss. Okay, you want to say to a developer saying that, hey, what, put a CC, yeah, I can block this. Please, can you confirm is it blocked? Because I also have to confirm with my boss, because why? Because of this, nothing else gets breakdown, right? It doesn't screw up another application, or it doesn't screw up other ones, because you have to be in loop, right? Everyone has to be in the same page. That's the thing when your lead is not available. But most of the time, you have to coordinate with the lead. Okay, that's a great scenario. What I'm saying is, when your lead is not available or your lead is on vacation, then you have to always communicate appropriately, not just because somebody else told you to do it, you just blindly do it. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you are responsible for your own work. Remember this, you are responsible for your own work. If you're deleting it, if you're changing anything, you are responsible in. Okay, because they will find out immediately who has done that. So there is no reason. You cannot think like, I'm doing this, nobody can find out. It's just, that's not going to happen. Okay, as I told you, there's always versioning. So if there's a history maintenance. It will say who is that, whose user ID it is, whose name it is. Everything shows up to the whole company. So you really can't do, um, can't expect that, if you change this, nobody knows. Okay, so you have to be very careful when changing these kind of things. Okay, block or delete, you don't want to delete it unless it is not really failing. Of course, if you're failing it, I told you, right, you have a better evidence, a better, you know screenshots. Why did you think it is failed? What's the reason on this? Give a screenshot, give it proper documentation. Okay, just like some people have really done good. Okay, let's take an example. So some people are really documented it really good in Rally. Okay, so you want to see that. Okay, because even if you're failing it, you have to say that why it is failing it, right? And give it a screenshot, or most important is screenshot. Okay, without screenshot, I would not even recommend to talk about it. Okay? You cannot talk unless you have any proper evidence. Okay, so here you see this. Some people have really done good. Okay, now you do first thing first. You're not going to open defect just because you thought it is defect. Just because you're thinking doesn't mean it is a defect. You have to work with your lead, work with your boss. If your lead is not there, okay, work with Scrum Master or work with, See, here's the thing. This is how you have to document. Once your work, they said they gave a green light. Yes, you can open this defect. Then you have to put a screenshot here saying why it is defect. What's going on. Put and highlight this. Okay, that is always a better way of doing the work. Okay. You cannot just blindly open a defect just because developer said, just because he said. It doesn't work. Okay, because at the end of the day, remember this. You have to remember this. You are responsible for what you do at work. Yes, you have to be very careful. Okay, they will immediately find out who. Let's say even if you are doing something, let me show you. So I've already shown, right? I think I already shown this. So here, there's a lot of history maintenance. You may not be able to see it. Okay, the boss have access to see it. See here. Let's see here. This will be there right away. Here, see this. Who has changed it? Who is the author for this? If you are deleting something, who has deleted it? Everything will be shown to the whole world. Okay, so don't expect that if you are deleting something, nobody knows. That doesn't work. Okay, this is what I'm saying because a lot of people have done in the past. So don't want, you guys have to be careful on doing that. Okay, so that's the important thing. Okay, so that's pretty much. So you can, if you want to practice on this tool, you can let me know. You can send me an email. I'll work with you with you have, at least you need to have a team viewer, or you can use this same thing. So that I have to create an Microsoft ID and create this one. Then you can practice this if you are interested. Okay. Otherwise, Rally and Jira would be good. No one tool better. That should be okay. The others will be similar to each other. Okay. Any questions so far? So yeah, and one more thing, Tagore is not taking this class this week. He'll be taking the next week. So make sure I hope that's what you have to be aware on that. Okay, so I'm repeating again. Tagore is not going to take. I think his thing from next week, not this week. Okay, not this. This week is going to take the next week. So that's what I hope everyone is aware of that. So again, people who are coming back to me for the interviews, make sure you guys are, know this 5 more important things, okay? Because it's not like I don't want to take repeatedly, but its thing is you want to learn as fast as possible. You don't want to, spend more time, okay, on, you have to spend time on more into productive ways, okay. So that's the point. But if you, I mean, I don't have any problem. You can come to me like 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, but that shows how much time are you taking to prepare yourself, okay. So you have to remember that, okay. Any questions? Okay, good. So if no questions, can we close this class? Sure. Yeah, if you have questions, you can email me, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You know, if you if you are able to, uh, if you're stuck somewhere or if you want more information, you can email me, okay. So I'll, schedule a call or see something whenever it's free. We can schedule a call and, I'll explain you. Okay, thank you guys and good luck.